Hey, everybody. Wow. Okay, great. I'm glad to see we already have a viewer. How are you guys doing today? This is not the ideal situation. I'm filming from a place that I never really wanted to film from, but that's okay. Studio is occupied at the moment, and outside is really, really abysmal. And so I just wanted to kind of get into, um, you know, I'm going live every day. I'm not making any exceptions to that. Oh, hey, Deb. Cool. I'm not making any exceptions to that, and I really do want to. I really want to, kind of cover a little bit of mindset, and this is really important. Ah, here we go. Sorry, I just want to change the lighting here because I'm finding. Ah, there we go. That's a lot better. Now I don't look like that. First of all, I'm not going blind while I'm talking to you, which is really nice. Okay, so great use of technology, right? Okay, so talking about technology, I mentioned something about Netflix and chill yesterday. I want to clarify that point. There's and if anyone could tell me if you guys are hearing the sound okay, because it shows up okay on my end. I just want to make sure that everybody's getting it all right. Um, yes, mindset and technology. This is really, really important. And today I want to focus a little less on the actual units of technology, and really kind of focus on um, more this technology. Um, it's really, really important when you get into, well, pretty much any new endeavor, right? It's oh, good, sounds good. Good to know. Um, when you're talking about any technology, you really kind of have to start. I'm always thinking about technology from the human out, not in terms of, oh, hey, cool, like, let's look at the neat gadgets. I like neat gadgets. I'm a gadget guy. Anyone who knows me knows I'm a gadget guy, and that's okay. And you may be too, and that's fine. And I want to clarify my point on Netflix and chill yesterday in that I don't think there's anything wrong with Netflix and chill or, like watching TV in and of itself. So I'm going to mention a little more about that because it falls into mindset, and mindset being very much about um, acting with intention, acting with purpose. One of the big things that I see, and I'm one of these people. I freely admit I am one of these people who carries their phone from room to room. It's in my pocket all the time. But, but very important. When I spend time with friends, I turn the ringer off. I do not pull out my phone when I'm at dinner, unless there's something really urgent, and that's there are really specific conditions in which I can be reached, kind of in an emergency. But unless it's those conditions, my time with people is my time with people. And the reason I'm so specific about that is because time is the one commodity that you don't get back. And that's really, really important to kind of get into and to really mention and to talk about. Um, so the reason I went with technology coach, and the reason this talks to the approach that we go with, is technology. When I work with people, it's about, is the technology giving you time back? Is it giving you value? Is it working for you, or are you working for it? Are you spending more time? Now, let's be honest. I've had a couple of conversations with about 5 or 6 people, and everybody kind of says the same thing. Ultimately, it's like, wow, it would be really nice if it weren't even there, or it was like, kind of built in, and I didn't even have to, like, if you don't have to carry a physical device, if you could just like, the concept of like Google Glasses, where you just kind of have like an earphone, and all of a sudden it's like all the information is just there, and you can access everything. We're kind of sort of heading there. I mean, let's be honest, speech recognition and all of this, they're all designed. The idea with Siri is to make the phone easier to use, because then you can just talk to it and ask it things, and Alexa and Google Home and all of these things. the idea behind this voice recognition and the use of it is ultimately meant to save you time. I'm sure, however, we have all had experiences, and I know I have, where it's good, but it's not there yet, right? Perfect example, and I'm just a fun little story. I was sitting watching TV with, we were watching, Sam and I, my late wife Sam and I were watching a movie, and she was like, he said, "What did he say?" And I said, "Oh, he said $6." And the Connect on the Xbox was turned on, and it started loading up all these menus and whatnot. It's like, no, we didn't ask for you. You thought we asked for you because you misheard us, and that happens with humans, right? Come on, how many people? What? Of course, sure, it happens. But the idea that technology is trying to move to a point where there is no barriers between you and getting the results you want. That, I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, tell me if you agree with me or not. I mean, this is a conversation, right? I've invited you guys into this conversation, but tell me if you think I'm wrong. But I think the idea right now, or a lot of the frustration comes in the fact that there's what we want, and there's this result that we want to get. And in between is this screen or this interface, and it's not native. It's not attuned to, and sometimes better than others, but it's not attuned to how we think. It's not attuned to how we work. It's not attuned to, it doesn't consider, well, they try to consider us, but I think there's a sharp divide. I think these companies kind of think one way and then we're on another level. And I'm not saying, okay, we'll go front and back here, we're kind of going this way, they're kind of thinking this way, and well, two planes pass in the night. And that's great. So a lot of the frustration comes in that there is this intermediary between what we want and what we can achieve. And the talent or the skill set, it's not necessarily that it's difficult, but it is a different skill set than when we used to take, for example, calligraphy. We used to do this fine calligraphy, and trained training graphics and illustration. So we did calligraphy, and we were properly trained to use a pen and all this, and it's a skill set. Now the skill set is completely different because it's not about using your hand with the pen. It's about managing a library of fonts and knowing how to activate them and deactivate them and things like that. So it's not intuitive. I mean, not difficult, but not intuitive, right? So where we get to with that is this idea of, and this, if you follow any of the real mindset coaches right now, whether it's Anthony Robbins, whether it's Dean Graziosi, whether it's David Bayer, whether it's even Simon Sinek, all of these people talk about what you say internally and how you handle that, how you handle the frustration, or how you handle how you speak to yourself in terms, because I hear so many people, well, I'm not good with this, I'm not a tech person. We have to be really, really, really careful about what we say after I am, because your brain, your subconscious picks up on that. I am no good at technology, it's gonna run with that. I mean, really, really run with that. It's the same thing as when we say I'm not good enough, or I'm not, and this just happens to be something that's been coming up on a few avenues. So we have to be really, really careful about what we say after I am. And I grant you that just saying well, I am a technology master, doesn't necessarily make it so. Just like saying, well, I'm fit and buff and healthy. Well, that doesn't grow your muscles, but it puts you in the right mindset to do it. And just like any, I mean, any other skill, it's a process. I don't expect anyone to master their technology overnight. I don't expect anybody to completely understand all the technology and all the trends and overnight. I certainly didn't. It took years, years of seeing, and I was very fortunate in where I was because I got to see how the trend changed. I got to see I got to see the increments and how it came about from the days of, well, in my case, graphics. I mean, when we worked with cameras and film, and then going to digital, and how they mimicked those techniques on computer, and then and yes, it became a lot easier, but it required, the film people were always frustrated because they knew how they do it with acetates and this and that, and there was a whole ton of techniques. And then, now we can just go drop shadow. I was working as a graphics tech, and my boss came to me and said, "Can you put a drop shadow on that?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." Click, 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 click. I clicked one. I clicked the checkbox, moved 3 sliders, and had this, and adjusted the angle. And he was just like, he was floored, absolutely floored. He was just like, let me show you something. And he did. He took the time. We spent the next 3 hours doing a drop shadow the old-fashioned way, how he used to do it, with a big camera, a big suspended camera, and it was work, man. It was work, and it was impressive. But let me tell you, 3 hours to do what I did in 30 seconds, and he was floored. But different skill set. So, my challenge to you is, when you look at the technology and say, oh man, but I don't know how to do it, that's okay. That's okay. There's tons of resources out there. Heck, I'm one of them. Ask me anything. I love questions. And I will get back to you. But don't worry if you don't know the answer. That's okay. It's all right not to know. There are a lot of things that I don't know the answer to. I'm always learning. Always learning. I never stop learning. I'm still learning every single day. I'm learning something new, even in tech, and certainly in psychology. I'm always learning something new, and I love it. I have so much fun with it. But this idea of saying, you know what, if you say nothing else, if you're going to say something after I am able to learn. I'm able to grow. I will get better. And you will. You really will. And it really doesn't matter what aspect of your life, if you're willing to give yourself that, even if it's uncomfortable, because some people are uncomfortable with it. But even if you're uncomfortable with it and you say, you know what, I am able to learn, and I will get better, and I can get better, you will. And it leads to so many wonderful discoveries, and it opens you up to learning. It opens you up to trying new things. And I originally called this "There is no self-destruct button" because there's so many people who are afraid to touch it for fear of making a mistake. And you know what? We learn from mistakes. That's how we get better. And I make my fair share of mistakes, but I learn. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn something new. So it's really fun. So, gone is patience with everything is at your fingertips. You know what? Deb is absolutely right. We've really hit a society where, like, we've hit a point where everything is like right now. There's no There's no delay. We don't wait hours anymore. We don't have like 1 hour photo. It's we take the photo and oh man, my oh man, my cloud service didn't drop it into my computer in within 30 seconds. It's like, yeah, take a minute. We wait 60 seconds, not 60 minutes. I remember 3 hour photo. Heck, if you didn't want to pay, if you didn't want to pay out, pay an arm and a leg, it could take a few days. And, that's how it was. I'm sure a few of you might remember that. So, challenge. It's not a hard one. Not a hard one. If you're joining me for this conversation, if you're joining me for this, I want you to say, I can learn. I learn, or I am a good learner. And tonight, apparently, we're going to talk the gooder English. I am good at learning. I can learn this. I will learn this. And I will get better. And that's only for the stuff that you know you need, for the stuff that you want your technology to do. So know what your end goal is. Again, that's another one. Be careful of what you say after I am, and know what you want. If you know what you want, it's easy to find the path from here to here. It's easy to find that bridge. Yes, there may be something in the way, but the answers are out there. And again, ask if you want. I like giving these types of answers. The answers are out there, and it's easy to kind of figure out how to go from what you want, where you're at, to what you want, and find that bridge, find that leap. And what I hope to do over the next 84 days is become a bridge, offer you a bridge to be able to change your relationship with the technology, and to be able to really and honestly and truly enhance your life, to have technology be more valuable by giving you more of what you want out of life. And part of that mindset, we're going to go there, and figuring out what you want too. That's a big one too. And another thing I'd like to do, if any of you are interested in jumping in with me and doing one of these lives, if you're interested in being a guest and talking about what technology is for you, and what you want technology to be for you, and see if we can't give you some solutions. I'm offering this. So, guys, if you want to have a conversation, let's have a conversation. Let's jump into this. I'm going to try and line up 1 or 2 people and see if we can go that route. So look forward to that. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you find the energy good, because I hope you see that I really do mean this. I'm really passionate about this, and I really do want to get into the psychology of it, and really in the mindset, and get you guys not just stoked, not I want to learn from you, I want you to learn from me. I really want to improve your relationship with technology. That's what I'm out to do. So with that, I'm going to let you get back to your evenings. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys are tuning in later, awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Please, I love the comments, but more importantly, if you want to hit like, if you want to hit subscribe, I appreciate it. I really do. You know what? That's great. But more important than anything else, if you feel that this is something cool for somebody else please share it. Share it. Share them. Invite them to the next one. It's going to be at 6:45 tomorrow, because it's going to be at 6:45 every single day. So come on down. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.